Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Test Automation Engineer certification. We are in chapter 5 talking about strategies for the test automation and looking forward to continue with our next segment of 5.1, that is 5.1.2, that is explain configuration management for testwares. And here we'll be understanding the importance and significance of configuration management when it comes to the different components of the test automation solution. Well, as mentioned earlier, we are talking about the configuration management. I would like to take you a moment back from the foundation, what we already know about it, and probably you would also have the knowledge of the same. So, configuration management is a subject or concept which is related to a few of the important aspects of testing or other artifacts, that is, unique identification of any item, the version control of it, and maintaining the history of revisions, and finally, the traceability. These four things are pretty much possible with respect to the configuration management. Indeed, you may have an inbuilt tool to do this job as a part of your test management, or you may even procure this as an independent test tool or independent configuration management tool to do this particular job. But yet, every single component, every single document, and every single work product becomes a candidate of configuration management, without which it would be very difficult to manage the changes happening in any kind of work product. So the same thing applies to the task components as well, and we look forward to understand what are those components which are the candidate of configuration management and how exactly we can do them the best. So let's get on. The very first thing we are talking about is a quick introduction to the configuration management as a component of the task. So yes, configuration management is an integral part of the test automation, as automation will often be executed on multiple test environments and versions of the SUT. When it comes to configuration management in the test automation, it mainly includes three major aspects, that is, the environment configuration, the test data, the test suite, or the test cases. So let's exactly get into each one of these in detail to try understanding how exactly the configuration management for the environment, the data, and the test suites can be done. To get started with, the very first component is the test environment, and here we are talking about each test environment used in the development pipeline can have different configurations, such as various URLs or credentials. The test environment components is used to usually stored with the testware. However, in the case of the test automation used on multiple projects or multiple tasks for the same project, the test environment configuration can be part of the common core library or in a shared repository. So indeed, we just want to bring it to highlight that it is not necessary that your environment would remain the same. It might be possible that due to several other risks which we have discussed in our previous tutorial, that you may do parallel executions of the test, or you might be running it on different environments, as we simply related to our stages like dev, QA, SIT, UAT, etc., and may have different URLs to reach them, may have different configurations to set up. We do understand the environment requirement for QA could be different from SIT, or SIT could be different from UAT, and many other things. So as there are several factors which influence that, your environment needs can be different, but the task solution has to interact with the SUT, which will be hosted on these different environments. It is very much important for us to keep the configurations well managed. And that's where it becomes crucial and vital for the team to understand the need of configuration management and well management of it, because it is just not necessary they are different in nature. They also get updated as the time evolves over a period of time. And that is where it is important for us to understand that the environment is a good candidate of the configuration management. Similarly, the next one we have is the test data. The test data can also be specific for the test environment or the release and the feature set of the SUT. As with the test environment configuration, the test data is usually stored with smaller tabs, but test data management system can also be used. So it's pretty much very direct enough to say that the test data can be of different variety when it comes to different particular features. For example, when we talk about searching a flight, could be of different data, but when exactly after booking, when we try to search the flight which is booked, we have different set of data. For example, when searching a flight for the booking, we use the data like flight from city, flight to city, number of passengers, date of flight, etc. But after the booking, we basically use the passenger name and the PNR allocated to you. And that is where the need of different activities may define different requirement of the data sets. So it might be again very much responsible, very much importance of making sure that the configuration management is in place for these data. And in fact, storing that would be again very much crucial, that how exactly you are managing them. Sometimes they can be managed in the single repository, or they can be even managed in their independent repositories as well. Or that's where the need of the data preparation team or data management comes into picture. That's where we just understood how exactly these two factors can be a part of the configuration management. Let's move on to the next. The next one we have for you is, of course, the third element. And the third element we are talking about is the test suites and test cases. Indeed, these are the very common things, indeed, one of the very core elements to be configuration managed, because test cases are something which are a candidate which would have traceability to that of their basis. At the same time, they would be revised over a period of time, would be supplied with the data, and many other things. And the test cases are indeed different for different test levels, be it about unit testing, integration, system acceptance. So the configuration management is utmost importance of this particular component of the automation solution. So let's exactly go through that, what we are trying to convey. Uh, a common practice is to set up the different test suites of the test cases based on their purpose, such as smoke testing or regression testing. These test suites are often executed in separate test levels, leveraging different pipelines and test environments. So each release of the SUT determines a feature set, which includes test cases and test suites that assess the quality of the given release. So exactly the same thing what we were just discussing a moment back, that the test cases can be of different variety for different purposes and would be required to run on different environments. So having them managed with their respect to with their configuration, it would be very, very crucial. In case the configuration management for the test cases and test suites are not done, it would be a complete mess altogether, and it would be difficult to sometimes fulfill the needs of things like process audits, etc., to meet the desired requirement and fulfillment of the overall process. Further to add here, of course, we are talking about there are different options in the testware to handle the situation. Number one, a feature toggle configuration can be defined per each release, which is like each release or each test environment. There are test cases and test suites to test each feature. The feature toggle can be used in the testware to identify which test suite to execute on a given release or a given testware. So generally, we try to create a script in the solution which basically does the job of picking up the environments respectively. So we can always define a parameter if in case, say, for example, we are running a hybrid driven framework, then in the hybrid driven framework, we can make use of combination of data driven and keyword driven. And in the keyword driven, we can pass the things from an Excel sheet. So the Excel sheet can have the triggers for the environment, that which test you want to run on which particular environment. And based on that, if conditions can be used in the script, which can reflect the executions of the same. So yes, toggle button or toggle option simply means one thing, that you can define a script which switches out, selects the right environment when you want to run a particular set of test cases or test suite. And that's exactly one option. But the second option we have here is certainly to talk about the testware, which can also be released with the SUT using the same release version. And in this way, there is an exact match between the SUT version and the testware that can test it. Such a release is usually implemented using a configuration management system using tags or branches. So again, we make use of annotations as we can relate it to. So every single annotation could be a good representation of whether it is before class, after class, before each test or after each test, or this is a particular test or run with a particular runner. So we make use of annotations to do the similar job. So it will also be a possibility for us to define similar kind of things when it comes to determination of what exactly you want to run in which environments. So based on these annotations or some remarcation, could be even a library function or call to an action which could do this job. So the first option is, of course, to define the functions in a way, or define the things basically toggle as a toggle feature, Whereas when we talk about the second option, it would be more from the perspective of defining certain remarcation or calling functions which could help you to run the test appropriately. And similarly, the configuration management can be pretty much done. So the fundamental plus the remarkable differences between each work product or each component of task is very much important. So that's all from this particular tutorial, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.